New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Mother and her partner are behind bars after police discovered a missing girl with autism who had been reported missing earlier this week, dead in a wooded area in Georgia. Gwinnett County Police stated that in a statement that Nicole Amari Hall disappeared from hometown studios in Peachtree Corners between midnight and 1 a.m. on Sunday, at least according to what the child mother stated. Gwinnett County Police Corporal Kylie Boney previously stated that the girl and her mother had been staying at the motel for the past 3 months and Amari disappeared. On Tuesday, police confirmed that they found Amari's body. It was reported that the child's body was found by the Stone Mill Trace neighborhood in DeKalb County, hidden in a wooded area. Amari's mother, identified as 27-year-old Brittany Hall, has been arrested and charged with child abuse and false reporting. The mother's partner, 29-year-old Celeste Owens, has also been charged with murder. Court documents state that the child's mother was seen on video abusing her children. Amara's two siblings also live with their mother. Video footage reportedly showed Brittany Hall slapping, punching, and kicking the children. The details surrounding Amari's death remain unclear at this time. This is the shit that I'd be sitting up here talking about right here. Now, you have two black women who are who basically have the custody, right, of three kids. And the mother, right, decided that, oh, my child is missing. Let me sit up here and, and report this. Knowing the fact that you sat up there and did something to this child so horrible that you had to sit up there and place her in the woods where she was later found by police. Knowing the fact that you falsified, the fact of the child missing. Knowing the fact that you already know that you did something, that you had something to do with it, and more than likely your girlfriend also has something to do with it as well, because she is clear cut the man in a relationship, going by the mannerisms that I was able to see in a court video, right? So you got two black women who are basically, have the care of three kids, and the kids are getting abused. But yet, let social media and everybody else basically stated anytime that a child gets abused, it's a black man's fault. It's always a black man's fault. No type of responsibility or acceptance or acknowledgement that this happens, that this is technically some, some current, some ongoing types of things that transpire with kids. Because 90+% of the times, we all know how the system works, women get the kids. So you're not going to sit up here and tell me that every single time that a child gets abused, it's automatically going to be pinned on a black man. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Look clear cut what happened here. She has 100% custody of three kids. She's abusing all three kids, and then she took the life of one of her own. But like I said, there's silence. You don't have a whole host of black women sitting up there talking about this, and talking about how egregious and how ridiculous and how this should have never happened, in putting that responsibility on black women. They're not going to sit up there and do that. Like I said before, I promise you there's somebody somewhere out there sitting up there, oh, well, if the father of the kids, if he, or if they actually cared, they would have, fought for custody. They would have been in their children's lives, and maybe they would have still been with the mother, and da 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 da. It's always all of these excuses, and then somebody's gonna break out, well, women go through postpartum, distress, and and all this other type of stuff, and you never know what a woman has to go through because the body always changes, and chemicals, and multiple kids, and all. Like I said, there's always some type of excuse to alleviate responsibility, and to make sure that that person is going to be absolved of all of it. She took the life of her child. You literally carried a child. How is it possible as a woman? Somebody, like I said, somebody has to make me understand. How is it possible as a woman that you can carry something for 9 months and you can hold it, cradle it, feed it, and then once it's able to walk on its own and it's seeing the world for the first time, your mindset just switches and you're like, you know what? I'm going to treat you like you're a grown adult out here in the world. I'm going to beat on you every single day. And you're not just doing that to one child, you're doing that to all three. And then on top of that, your accomplice, who is your girlfriend, is more than likely in on it as well. Like, what is happening here? Like I said before, this is when black women need to sit up there and start getting together in huddles or whatever and start talking about this stuff. Because this stuff happens, but it doesn't get highlighted because everybody always wants to focus on men. You know what happens when you just focus on one side? Stuff like this gets to just happen. And you know what happens when stuff like this happens? Oh, it's the man's fault at the end of the day. It's the black man's fault still. It's the black man's fault still. There was no men anywhere in the presence of any of this happening. The mother was living in a hotel. Obviously, both of them, both of the adults they're not stable. They don't have no types of jobs, but for whatever reason, the court system was like, you know what, y'all got it. They're living out of a hotel. And the kids have been videotaped getting beaten by at least one of the women. But where's the outcry on social media, though? Where's the feminists to talk about this? Where's all of the black men haters to talk about this, though? They're not. And that's the problem that I have every single time. Stuff like this gets to slip by every single time just because it's a black woman doing it. And that's crazy to me. Like I said, I report on stories like this on all the time. It don't matter if it's a black man doing it, a black woman. It don't matter if it's a married couple, boyfriend or girlfriend sending. Yo, it's wrong. It just should not be happening. But for the most part, stuff like this is able to slip by, or it's not really going to get highlighted because it's a black. Yo, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. To only focus on the fact that black, whatever, dog. Like I said, it's a lot of people out here that just should not be having kids. It's a lot of people out here that just should not be having kids. If you are the type of woman where it's like you're only going to focus on the stuff that black men do that's like the negative, and you're just going to like not focus on the negative stuff that women are, never have kids. Never have never have kids. There are a lot of deserving women out here that deserve the ability to have kids, but for whatever reason, the universe is like, you know what? We're going to not enable you to have that ability. But yet they give women like this the ability to have kids, knowing the fact that all she's going to do is abuse her kids and beat on them as if they're adults. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. And it's not just one woman, one black woman involved. It's two black women involved. Craziness. So not only the fact should there be black women talking about this, but you got the whole other side, a whole other community that needs to be talking about this as well. Because this is not the first time I've heard of a story of a couple like this doing stuff like this to kids. But like I said before, from both sides, magically people are silent. People are magically silent trying to find and fix a way to blame black man for it and condemn him for it or them. Like I said, it's a lot of people out here that should not be in close proximity and that should not be able to have kids. They just shouldn't, because a lot of people are not in a right mindset in order to properly be able to handle that responsibility. A lot of adults out here can't even properly handle and be responsible for themselves. But like I said, court systems are broken. And at the end of the day, the main ones that end up losing are the children. Case in point, that little girl, she lost her life for no reason. She didn't ask to be here, but yet she was brought here and then she was taken out. Like, isn't that what most parents say? Oh, I brought you into this world, I can take you out, right? That mother She fully lived it out. Like I said, I don't know what to sit up there and tell people, man. Everything is just going to keep being broken because people talk about equality, wanting equality, but when it's time to actually sit up there and put people's feet to the fire, magically people don't want equality. People don't want to sit up there and be able, they didn't want to take responsibility for a lot of these things that's taking place. And I already know I'm going to hear some people's mouths talking about, oh, well, you can't sit up there and say all black women. Well, you can't sit up there and say all black men, but guess what? That's not the world that we live in. So if you feel offended by any of the shit that I sat up there and said in this video, that's on you. That's a personal problem, and that's your goddamn feelings. Go pray and kneel to whatever altar, whatever God that you got to sit up there and deal with in order to wash away any of those feelings that you got, because I am not it. Like I said, this type of shit right here is ridiculous, and it shouldn't be sitting up here happening. If I make videos talking about black men sitting up there doing this, and I get all the mouth in the world from quote unquote whatever black women out there that want to badmouth and bash black men, fine, so be it. I expect you to sit up there and have that same goddamn energy when it's black women sitting up there doing this exact same shit. But yet you won't. Your mouth will be closed. You'll overlook this video. You won't leave a comment. Like I said, if you're going to shut the fuck up on one thing, shut the fuck up on everything. That's it.